Hey sports fans, here's a tip to keep in mind the next time you make your betting picks. According to research, home field advantage is no joke, especially in those playoffs. In the NBA and the NFL postseason, the home team typically has a 64% shot at victory. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on sports.
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day on a terrific Tuesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes. Little college basketball. How about some NIT semifinals? Funny story to tell. Just a typical gambler's, luck with college basketball. We got NBA. We got some NHL. We got Major League Baseball. We got our Black Clouds. We got our same-game parlays. We got our 5 on the line trends that hit a home run last night. And Dave, I found a couple of new plays on FanDuel anyway that are not bad. I think they screwed up. I know you say it doesn't happen, but I think the boys in Vegas fell asleep at the wheel with a couple of bets they're offering us on FanDuel anyway. So we'll get to it all over the next 2. How you doing?
There's the lineup right there. All right, we got that's like our daily lineup card. In baseball, you got to walk the lineup card right up to home plate. Tonight's IGL Game Day lineup right there. Hour number 1, special bets and guests, 5 on the line coming up. Same game parlay every day at the 24 to first hour. Then Zinno, and then the Black Cloud. End of the first hour every single day. Second hour, 2 big guests, Dan Alexander and Cam Stewart. We'll have baseball covered. We'll have hockey covered. We'll have NBA. You always come up with a word to describe the day. You say Terrific Tuesday. It's Torpedo Tuesday. Everybody's talking about these torpedo.
I the ball.
Bats. I mean, I don't know how you missed that one. We got a couple games I got to get to quick before we get to this 5 on the line, whatever we're calling it. I got the Milwaukee stuff on. I wanted to ask you real quick because Milwaukee has been so bad. They have a minus 32 run differential to start the season. That's the worst by any team through 4 games in the modern era, which was right before you were born. It started in 1901. Okay, that's the modern era. Now, keep this in mind. The Brewers were the only team in baseball last season without a 4-game losing streak. And so they look to avoid, their third 0-5 start in franchise history. The last time they went 0-5, actually both times, 1984 and 2003, they finished with less than 70 wins. Not saying it's a must win, but it's kind of a must win.
Yeah.
Go Brewers.
You can't fall behind that far. It's saying goes, you can lose a championship in April. You can't win one, but you could certainly lose one. You come out of April 12, 13 games behind. You talk about it just a depressing sight. 47 runs, Dave. 47 runs in 4 games. The Milwaukee, that's almost 12 runs a game they have given up. I mean, moral victory, it's no score in the second inning tonight. I will say that, but you talk about bad pitching. Holy fudge.
3 of their 4
pitching.
defeats were by 9 runs or more. They lost only 4 games by 9 or more in the whole year in 2024. So we got numbers like that all around. Give them to the people. Let's get to this in the first segment. Contractually obligated. Hit them with it, Wetzel.
All right, these are the best trends of the night. Time for our 5 on the line trends of the evening. All right, went nice 4-1 yesterday. Of course,
Yes.
the one really was a killer, just an absolute killer. As Colorado blows a not 1 but 2 goal lead in the third period at home.
Yep.
I don't think that's happened all year, or if it has, it's only happened once or twice. They lose in a shootout to Calgary, 3-2. So still go 4-1. Not can't complain with a 4-1, right? If you start the sentence with you only won, it's going to be a pretty good sentence. So, but back to the drawing board we go today. We got 5 great trends. Here we go. Number 5, St. Louis Blues. We should have 9 because that's how long their winning streak has been. St. Louis Blues, number 9. Going for their 10th straight win tonight as they host the Detroit Red Wings. So, where are you going to go, right? Got to be a pretty obvious play. Yeah. Give me St. Louis, right? Minus 175. Winners bet with streaks. Losers bet against streaks. Greatest sports axiom of all time. Got to bet. I don't like laying $1.75, Dave, but you got to do it.
It's the only play in that game, I think. I don't even know if you can play the over. The way the Blues are playing, you hope as a Blues fan or somebody that might have a future on them, they're not peaking too early. But good play. Keep it going. Let's go.
All right, number 4 on our hot 5 on the line list. We're keeping in the NHL. New York Islanders at home against Tampa Bay tonight. How about that? The Islanders, the low scoring, can't score with a $20 bill at a cheap brothel house. Islanders are actually 8 straight overs heading into tonight's game against Tampa Bay. So, you know where we're going. Absolutely. Over 5.5, Tampa Bay at the New York Islanders, right? You got to do it. 8 straight. Boy, it's tremendous. All right, number 3. We'll keep it on the ice for our third best trend of the night.
Yes, sir. Keep it going. Come on.
Okay. No sounder there. There we go. All right, number 3, Nashville. The Preds. We gave that out last night. Another under last night. Keep it rolling, right? 11-1 under last 12 games, which is really amazing. So now it's a little bit of a challenge tonight, I will tell you, because Columbus is a decent over team, especially at home, but not 11-1. So under 5.5, Nashville and Columbus tonight. Maybe 6 in some circles. Hopefully you can grab a 6 there.
Just so you know, it's 3-1 in the second period. That thing is just started, and it's now 7.5. So you get a better number in game. Good luck.
There you go. We try and get these games as much as possible, games that haven't started. But, you know, sometimes like last night, we gave out the under Philadelphia, and it was 3.5, and it still hit 2-1.
Yes.
So sometimes they work against you. Sometimes they work for you. Tonight you can get a better number if you want to put it in now. So number 2 on our hot list here, little NBA action. Memphis gave this one out last night. Another winner last night. Memphis, 3-15-1 run. Terrible. I mean, they are just playing atrocious basketball. They fired the head coach. They're still losing, still not covering. So where are we going to go tonight, Scott? All right, it's a no-brainer. Give me Golden State laying the 5.5 at Memphis. That team they don't know if they're coming or going. They really don't.
You're against everybody with that one. You're against everybody. That line is down to 3 or 3.5 now. All the sharp guys, rhombuses are on the home team. But good luck. I like that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, so do I. Third game in 4 nights for Memphis as well. I don't know why they love Memphis so much. So that leaves us with number one. Our number
Oh,
one trend for the night, little NIT action. How about that?
oh,
Pay homage to that. Chattanooga, 10-1 against the spread. Their last 11 as an underdog. You know where we're going. That's right. Give me Chattanooga. Not a big underdog tonight, but getting 2.5 against Loyola of Chicago in Indianapolis. Second semifinal game, which starts around an hour and a half or so from now. So the
against Sister
Chattanooga.
Jean, you're going
Yeah, I
against
know.
Loyola Chicago.
Yeah,
Wow. All
sacrilegious.
right. And you're asking for higher power here. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. All right. Which one do you like best? Chattanooga, Golden State, under, over, or St. Louis?
Tampa and the Islanders over. I think the Blues are going to win. I really like that one as
Okay.
well. You're on your own with the basketball.
All right, there you go. Lot to get to, including SGP, same game parlay, Black Clouds, the whole kit and caboodle right here on the grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Just getting underway. Scott and Dave for another hour and 50 minutes or so until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Plenty to get to, including our SGP. We got our Black Clouds. Just gave out the 5 on the line trends. I got some great guests. Mark Zino coming up at the bottom of the hour. And in my little couple of free hours of fun time today, Dave, I found a couple of new bets on FanDuel that I don't remember seeing last year. And they may have been there over these last couple of days. But I think they fell asleep at the wheel with at least one of these. I really do. Baseball. Found one bet, one better than the other. I'll start with the lesser of the two. Each game, they're giving you a prop to have at least one home run. Not from each team, but, one. Plus 310. The way the balls have been flying out of the ballpark, with these torpedo bats and everything, everyone's scoring 10 runs. They're giving you plus 310 on that.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'd let you bet that. I'd let you bet
Yeah.
that if you were if you're asking the consig. I mean, that's just my name on the socials, but I'm Dave. If you ask me, I would say maybe take a pass on that. Every game ain't having a homer. It's too early in the season for that. I don't like that one.
This next one's going to get you, I think.
What's this?
Each team to score a run. So basically, not basically, no shutout. Plus 340. Now, I will tell you, we've had 5 days of baseball, not counting the Japan, obviously, days. And 4 out of the 5, thank you, Atlanta Braves, there was at least one shutout. But still, the way the ball's flying out of the ballpark, you want to give me almost 3.5 to 1 that there won't be a shutout tonight? What am I missing?
Well, I like it because we're past like tomorrow's more Aces Day, so I think we get the pitching right. We're in the middle of the week. No one had a day off yesterday. Everybody's playing. So if I was deciding between the two, I think I like this one a little better, even though the odds are a little bit higher, and we have had a lot of shutouts. Has every game so far? Have we had a run in every game so far that started?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not yet.
all right. That's fine. That'll give us a sweat.
Yeah, we're semi-sweating Cincinnati. Texas 1-0 over Cincinnati, heading to the bottom of the 7th.
So
boy,
we
got 3 more at bats. Starting to get a little tight, little tight around the collar.
Okay,
on that
all
one.
right. That's fine. All right. I like that though. That's not bad.
Now, is it 340? Does that seem high to you? That seemed. I thought that would be like a 50-50 proposition, especially the way the home runs have been hit and all the runs are coming out. I mean, 340 is like they didn't offer a no, so I can't tell you. It was only like, will it happen? So I don't like those only one-sided bets. I generally stay away from them. But 340?
Yeah. There's people waiting in line to bet that thing no. So you got to make it a little bit higher. If there's a place to offer to no. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the stories, this thing called Kalshi and Robinhood and Crypto.com. They're doing this prediction markets thing, and there's a big buzz about it in the business. There's a lot of things happening. You might be able to soon do this all over the place. So this would be a perfect bet for that, because by betting the yes, you can drive the price down for the guys to come in and bet the no. But I like that one, but I don't think that there's going to be a home run in every game today. I don't, especially now you just told me it's 1-0. I don't think there's been a home run in that one. One of the bets though that you talked about repeatedly on here, and we talked about it a while ago, and we're going to talk about it with the hockey, is the Capitals. Ovechkin, he got a goal tonight. He did it again. The Capitals are leading 2-1, and we're getting closer to that actually being a thing. And, Carver and I talked about it on the NHL show. We need to pull up the graphic at some point. Which game is he going to do it in? Because there's odds and bets on that. The Islanders' second last game, the Penguins' last game might be before that. We might have to make a move.
They were offering him at minus 120 to score a goal this weekend. I didn't see what it was tonight. Might not have been as low. But the negative odds, you had to lay odds for him to score a goal. That's how confident they are in this guy. I don't play the goal market that much that I can really honestly make a reference to like that's the first time I've ever seen that. But for me, that's the first time I've ever seen a guy have negative numbers. I don't know. It's like a home run, which I also don't play very often. But I know enough of it that you don't see guys in the minus category when it comes to scoring a goal. He was minus 120. And he's got one tonight. Wow. He needs 5 more. 5 more in 8 games? It's still like
that's unusual.
Really
that price
good pace.
Was like that. Yeah. That might have been at the time maybe a little bit of heavier mistake. Yeah. I don't know.
They were playing Buffalo. That's why. they were playing the Sabres, who stink.
Yeah, a lot of goals in Sabres games. Yeah. A lot of goals. A lot of goals tonight. Sabres. We'll see.
5 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more games, plus tonight's game. I still don't think he's going to get it.
You don't? Oh, I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get it.
I mean, that's a lot of goals. 5 goals.
Yeah.
They're playing, somewhat meaningful games, but, for all intents and purposes, they have things clinched. So wouldn't you give them a little bit less ice time? They do seem compelled to get this, done this year versus have it carry over.
Right.
You got the 2 games against Columbus back to back. That's where you're value. Although there's 2 more after that. So
right.
Columbus, they play with 4 games left and 3 games left. So you get 2 for the price of 1 if you want to make that bet. I think it's going to be, if he's going to do it, I think it's going to be the last game of the year against Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean. It's either, I think it's Pittsburgh or the game before against the Islanders. So, we'll see. You got the same game parlay coming up. I wanted to mention a couple other baseball games. Angels and the Cardinals. Angels trailing the Cardinals 1-0. The Angels have reeled off 3 straight 1-run victories, and the bullpen's been really good. That number is probably an under right now, in-game under. We'll look at all that stuff after the break.
Yeah. We got, by the way, Cincinnati running on third base, 2 out, bottom of the 7th.
Come on.
Being shut out. Let's go, Cincy. SGP's 10-game parlay coming up next.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Hour number 1. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. 24 past the hour. It is hour number 1 of our 2-hour extravaganzas. You know what time it is. Little SGP same game parlay time. Yes. Gonna head out to the baseball diamond tonight. And we had them last night in our Black Cloud. We're gonna kind of switch and make them part of our SGP. We're gonna share the wealth of the LA Dodgers. Taking on the Atlanta Braves tonight, who are scuffling. They do have Chris Sale on the hill. I will admit that. But anytime we might not see, Dave, another LA Dodgers home game legitimately, and have the Dodgers be favored by only minus 134. I mean, I don't care if Cy Young is out from his grave and he's pitching.
Whoa.
I'm going to take the Dodgers. Yeah, minus the 134, especially the undefeated LA Dodgers. So give me the Dodgers minus the 134. Let's go over 3.5 runs. I'm not going to go over for the game, but I do think they're going to get 4 runs. I mean, how many times don't you score 4 runs in a win? Going to go Mookie Betts, at least 1 hit, minus 220. He's hitting 385 already this season, has hits in all 3 games that he's played. Remember, he didn't play in the 2 Japan games. Going to use Dustin May, pitcher for the Dodgers, over 4.5 strikeouts. You're getting plus odds, plus 130. Wouldn't normally do that, but the Atlanta Braves are just scuffling. They got 1 run in their last 3 games. They've struck out 50 times in their 5 games. They're among the league leaders in strikeouts. So let's just hope Dustin May's in there long enough to get 5 strikeouts. He's not a big strikeout guy, but tonight I think he's going to get 5. And then Teoscar Hernandez, 1 RBI, plus 180. Actually leads LA in RBIs with 8, thanks to a grand slam. So he's in the middle of the lineup. There's no Freddie Freeman still, hurt because he got into a shower. It actually was his shower at home, not in the office. But add it all up, and it's a nice, almost 10.5 to 1, plus 1030 parlay on FanDuel.
That shower thing is interesting. I've slipped myself. You got to be very careful. That floor gets wet at the bottom. It's understandable. What's not understandable is how the Braves keep losing. Although they played the Padres and now they're playing the Dodgers. I got this one in your back pocket here. Put this one in the file. Only 3 teams in Major League Baseball history have started a season 0-6 and made the postseason. 2011 Rays 0-6. 1995 Reds 0-6, and the 1974 Pirates 0-6. If the Braves lose tonight, they're 0-6. We can cross them off the list of postseason. That would be amazing for other teams' odds and things like that with the way it's done now. You might be able to see something. Now, this is the first time since Chris Sale closed out 2018 World Series when he was pitching for the Red Sox that he's pitching in Dodger Stadium. It's also Dustin May's first appearance since May 17, 2023 at 685 days ago. I don't know what to expect from him. I really don't. That's the only thing with this handicap, Scott. Worried about May. You got him over with the Ks.
Yeah.
It might be a one-time through the order thing, depending on how healthy he is. And, I mean, the Braves got to bunt. They got to do something, get some runs. No? We got to get some runs in this game.
1 run in 3 games. Shutout, and then 1 last night. The Dodger over-under is up to 107.5. The Braves over-under is down to 89.5. So they're moving those numbers.
Well, it's fun, and I think hopefully books will continue to do that because there's opportunities. People should be able to bet those through April because what happens in April doesn't always mean what happens at the finish. Atlanta's 1 for 28 with runners in scoring position in 3 games.
Wow.
1 for 28. All those stats and numbers, thanks to my guys at the MLB Network. They do a really good job sending me this stuff when I ask. It's going to be an interesting game. I'll be watching that along with the other West Coast games. West Coast got some good games today.
Yeah. I'd say certainly the MLB didn't do the Braves any favors, starting with the Padres and Dodgers, right? Probably the 2 best among the 2 certainly best teams in the National League, this side of the Phillies and that team in New York somewhere. But I will also say about the 0-6 stat, there hasn't been many years that we've had like 5,000 teams get into the postseason like we have now. So if it was only 2 teams or 3 teams, okay. But now that we got 5,000, they're alive. I did like their under total.
Yeah,
slightly under 5,000. All right, quick little break. We'll go to the baseball board. We got some hockey, NBA, and Mark Zino got some winners for us. Zino coming up next.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care if people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1. Real quickly, I'm watching the Minnesota-Chicago White Sox game. You may want to go under. Some guy from the White Sox just hit a ball that the guy in the outfield, left field, started at the warning track, right? He's ready to make the catch, and he's running in, and he's running in. It's like he was running a marathon before he finally caught the ball. The wind is blowing in Chicago. Normally you have that at Wrigley Field, not so much with Comiskey Park. I'll date myself. So it's 1-0, and I don't think you're going to get much more than a run or two. So over-under is 5.5. Bet the under on that one. Let's look at a little baseball, a little hockey, or not hockey, really, NBA, maybe a little college basketball with a good buddy, Dave, Mark Zitto. You see and hear him all the time, SportsGrid radio and TV host. What's going on, Mark? How are you tonight, bud?
Gentlemen, great to be with you as always. I am here to show you all of my tips on sports betting and all the games going on tonight. So we will have fun together for the next 10 minutes or so.
Absolutely love that. Do you have a torpedo bat? Because it's Torpedo Tuesday, and everybody's talking about torpedo bats. I know you're still, putting on the tools of ignorance on the weekends and getting behind the dish, and I know you could still, rope a ball the other way. What do you think of the talk with all this torpedo bats, Mark?
I mean, look, when you give every 9-hole hitter in Major League Baseball a torpedo bat and they still all bat 208 with 1 home run and 13 RBIs, okay. You could give me the world's greatest golf driver. I mean, it's going to go straight down the fairway. It ain't the equipment. It's the guy holding the stick. Like, that's what matters here. So you have to be able to hit a ball to hit a ball. And if you can't hit a ball, then guess what? The torpedo bat ain't going to help you. So I don't know what everybody's complaining about. It's not like they're barring only one team can use them. All 30 teams can go buy a torpedo bat. Go do it. I mean, I coach Little League, okay? I have a bat where I spend $350 for my kids to get 2 hits and 9 strikeouts a weekend. I mean, it's not the bat. I mean, that's funny. $350 for a bat that's got 4 hits on it and 18 strikes, like Rafael Devers. I mean, for crying out loud.
Ooh,
that's 2 more hits than Devers has.
Yeah, well,
what a joke. What do you think of that? As a Red Sox fan, I think he's trying.
Third baseman booted it, so it would have been a routine ground ball. But we don't give out errors in Little League at this age. So, look, I mean, Devers. Here's what I'll know if Devers is struggling. Let me go play 3 games in the Bronx against the Yankees, where he can go 7 for 16, 3 home runs. Then I'll know that he's really. If that doesn't happen, then there might be a problem there. Can you contribute to the fact that he's not playing the field right now and it's gotten in his head and he's not right? I don't know. I mean, if you're the Red Sox at one point in time, you may just want to DH Bregman for a game and throw Devers out there and see if he hits the ball.
Not a bad
It's a
idea.
stupid contract.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Zed, what's more likely to happen first? The Yankees lose or the Dodgers lose? Like, this is a little bit crazy. It's been a nice start in the Bronx. They're leading already again tonight because of some errors and different things. But Yanks look like the clear class of the American League, as the odds would suggest. But what the Dodgers are doing is this is absurd, is it not?
It's more absurd what the Braves are doing. It's offensive to baseball. Again, they are batting what my kids bat in Little League, which is like, 108. Like you can't 27 innings, have just one run and 10 hits. Like, you're not going to win games that way. So, the Dodgers are a really good team. Yes, they are. So I'm not going to take anything away from them. But, the idea that the Braves are playing as poorly as they are, I mean, let's find out. They got Chris Sale on the mound tonight. Braves plus 1.5 feels like the way to go in that game with Sale on the mound, or at least Braves first 5. Maybe they can get an early lead. I mean, baseball regression is weird, right? Something has to, a little loop base hit has to come their way. An error or something that has to just kind of open the floodgates for the Braves to kind of figure out a way to be able to manufacture runs here. And some of this stuff is, again, on the manager. Bunt, steal, move runners over, create runs any way you can. We don't do that anymore. We sit back and wait for somebody to hit a 3-run homer. And guess what? When you're swinging and missing on a lot of stuff, you're not going to hit any 3-run homers. So point simply is here that, the Braves have been bad. The Yankees are getting contributions up and down the lineup, and that's usually what it is. I mean, if you look tonight, they scored 4 runs, and Bellinger, Judge, and Chisholm, who are batting 2, 3, and 4, are all 0 for 6 with 4 Ks.
0 for 6. Yep.
So, I mean, again, if you get contributions from all 9 guys, that's going to help you win a lot of baseball games.
That's not even counting Stanton if he ever comes back healthy. If he ever hit like he did in the postseason last year, then that lineup would be great because he was terrific in the postseason. But any other baseball games? Go ahead.
No, I mean, look, Stanton, what comes with him? 60 games on the IL. That's part of what, you're going to get 90 to 100 games out of him max. So hope he's healthy. We hope he's healthy for the postseason, and that's that. So, I was afraid during the series with the Brewers after Nestor Cortez gave up 3 bombs that Aaron Boone was going to bring him in relief, like he did in the World Series. I would have loved to have been there post game because that would have been my question. I would have looked Aaron Boone dead in the eye and said, Aaron, question. The fact that Nestor Cortez gave up 3 consecutive bombs, was that validation that you shouldn't have brought him in to face Freddie Freeman in game 1? The rest of the world thought it was
go. Just let it go. I got to ask you, you went to spring training in Tampa to see the Yankees play. They're playing major league games there. Tampa's up 6-0 against the Pirates. Pirates can't score. They can't hit. That's a whole nother story. But what was your opinion of that ballpark being there live and then them playing major league games there? Is that something we need to look at as far as totals or things like that? Did you notice anything?
It's funny you mentioned that because I watched the game last night in Sacramento, and I watched 4 balls leave the yard in the first 2 innings. Now, maybe some of that is bad pitching by the A's, but maybe there's something to it. Look, I'm no physics major, but I do know when you don't have 3 levels to a stadium, the air is a lot more open, and the ball should travel a lot farther, especially if the wind is slightly blowing out. One of my plays tonight was the over in the Cubs and the A's. I just think that balls are going to be flying out of that. It's a little bit of a bandbox. And again, it's not that Legends Field is small dimension wise, but the wind swirling and everything else, we're going to find out what it is. I'm kind of just trying to get ahead of the market here with a play like that and say, guess what? If they're not facing a high level pitcher and Chad Patrick, who's a rookie, is starting for that's in the Brewers game.
You got Severino and Steele tonight out there. So
pretty good pitching.
The A's have homered in every game, though. That's the first time that they've homered in the first 5 games of a season since 2003. 5 straight. The A's are hitting too a little bit, but they're bombs. You're right. I like the over.
I mean, I just kind of played it. Said this stadium maybe a place where Oakland was a cavernous cave where you couldn't get the ball out of that place, and now you're going to the exact opposite of a place that's kind of small, and I think the ball could be flying out of there. So torpedo bats. Otherwise, let's see what happens. I'll try to get ahead of the market on over 8 tonight between Steele and what's his face? Severino, who's going to give up home runs throughout his career. So, and then Chad Patrick was the Brewers and the Royals. That's the other total I took. I took the Royals team total over, figuring that maybe it isn't torpedo bats. Maybe Milwaukee's pitching just stinks. Maybe there is. And not only that, though, look, their bullpen has been overworked the past 3 days. They have 6 guys who have thrown at least 30 pitches in the last 3 days. So, with Kansas City guaranteed all 9 at bats, it felt like it was a worthwhile role to take the dice. Of course, they haven't scored yet. So there you go.
It's early.
How about NBA? Any thoughts? Denver, no DiVincenzo tonight. He got suspended for that brawl the other night. Getting only 2 at Denver. That tells me, Mark, that a couple players must not be playing for the Nuggets tonight.
Yes, still, I would put Denver on the money line. Look, I think seeding absolutely matters in the Western Conference. And if you are the Nuggets and you're 2.5 games behind as they tip this game off here at 10 o'clock tonight, you're 2.5 games behind the Rockets with about, 7 or 8 to play. I'd be shooting for the 2 seed and home court advantage. And that way I can avoid Oklahoma City until I get to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, in the 3 seed, they theoretically would do the same thing. But again, in the semis, you're going on the road against Houston. You'd rather have home court advantage.
You would think, right? No Jamal Murray. He's out. And Michael Porter out as well. But you got the Joker, though. I'd still take the Joker. Mark, great job as always, man. We'll do it again soon. Mark Ditto here on the Grid. More coming up.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1. Thanks again, Mark Zitto, SportsGrid Radio host, joining us as he does from time to time. Got some good news and bad news, baseball-wise, Dave. I'll give you the bad news first.
Always bad news first. Always the bad news first. Wetzel, go.
Always end on a good note, right? No matter how bad it is, if you're ending on a good note, things look a little cheery. So bad news is we're in the top of the 9th, and the Dopey Reds in the best hitters ballpark in the National League, perhaps, being shut out at home by the Texas Rangers, Nathan Eovaldi. I love Eovaldi. You know what? He's not going to get into the Hall of Fame or anything crazy like that. But, boy, you give me a guy who's got, like, guts. This guy comes up big all the time. Not that this is a big game, but in the postseason, I don't know why the Red Sox or any other team gets rid of him. But so he went 8 innings. We're heading to the bottom of the ninth now. They need a run to cap our no team being shut out. So that's the bad news. Last lick's coming up. The good news is the one run was a home run. So we got a home run out of Miami Mets. We got a home run out of Texas Cincy. We got a home run out of the Devil Dogs in Pittsburgh. We got a home run out of the Stankies. We don't have a home run out of Toronto, Washington. And the game that's going to kill us, I think, is this White Sox game. I told you, with this wind blowing, that's going to be a toughie. Only in the fourth inning. Got a home run out of Milwaukee, and we need a home run. No, the other games are all like the third or fourth inning. We need some home runs. But plus 310, as you see there, to hit a home run, get one home run. The other one's not dead yet, last licks, but we're holding out hope.
That's good. We need somehow the Reds to tie that game in the bottom of the ninth there, and then we'll get to extras. For the runs scored in every game. But I mean, the way you're talking about the wind and the White Sox game, that's probably not good. And I mean, the Pirates are down 6-0 in the fifth. They've hit 5 times. And how many hits do they have? Let me hit refresh. The Buccos have they have 6 hits. So we don't want to really say that they're going to get shut out in the fifth. I'm worried about that one. I don't want to say it out loud. I don't know.
Man, they're not going to be good this year, huh? I thought they would kind of pick up on things from last year, but not looking good.
It's one of those situations, too, where, we'll see. Skeens has to right the ship tomorrow. Skeens Day tomorrow against Tampa, and then the weekend series is against the Yankees in Pittsburgh. Let's hope they don't get swept. I'd like to see them win 2 out of 3. That's what's going to take. But, the way the Yankees are playing, the Yankees are going to be favored all 3 games over the weekend. I don't know. Not encouraged by any of that right now.
He'll be pitching, right? In that series? He'll be pitching in that series? Right? If he's pitching tonight, Skeens? Or maybe not.
Tomorrow.
He's pitching
Skeens
tomorrow.
Day is tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, he's listed tomorrow unless they push him back.
Will he pitch over the weekend in New York?
No. Pitch on Wednesday. No, because there's a day
Friday,
off
Saturday,
Thursday
Sunday,
and then day off Thursday and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So no, he won't pitch at all against the Yankees, which is fine. Keller will get one of the starts and then we'll go from there. So it's fine. I don't want to turn this into Bucko hour. There's other games going on. The White Sox, did they just score again? The White Sox just scored again. How about this start?
Are the White Sox going to be? Huh? Yeah, I said this on the podcast today. There's always a team that we think is going to stink that is actually halfway decent. In all sports, Washington Commanders, right? So last year we all thought Kansas City was going to stink. They were supposed to, then they ended up making the playoffs. Is it too early to say the White Sox, not make the playoffs, but might not be as bad as they were last year, and maybe hover around 500? Because if they win tonight, which is a long ways to go, but they'll be 3-2. I mean, they only had 41 wins last year, right? 41, 42, whatever it is. I mean, for them to have 3 wins in the first week is like I don't know. Do we bet on them?
I was waiting for you to say the word. I was waiting for you to say the word.
Our pro Dodger, anti White Sox parlay is a little bit of flux here because the dopey White Sox. We should be way ahead of this. But
how about another team? A bad team. I guess I don't want to say they're projected to be bad. The Angels are trailing the Cardinals. Now that's another game. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
But the Angels winning 3 straight 1-run games. How about this? And I'm going to emphasize this all summer and all season with the baseball. It's the bullpen winning streak allowed just 1 unearned run across 10 innings. Angels might be that team that we're talking about being bad, but maybe being better. Is it too soon to say that?
Yeah. They stink. I have more faith in the White Sox than I do Mike Trout and the Angels.
What?
Yeah,
I did a little research for you for your man Trout. 33 years old, Mike Trout, 1 for 13 so far this season. That's a .077 batting average, 2 RBIs in 4 games. So he's only got 1 hit. Probably not going to get one tonight, is he?
He's done. They are locked in for him for what, 6, 7 more years, 8 more years, whatever it is.
Contract. Yeah, long
wow.
contract. Yep.
He's hitting 0.77. Oh, how do these guys go to, how do they, we were talking to Sean Watson this afternoon on the Football Full Circle. I couldn't do that, Dave. I really couldn't. I couldn't continue to take 7-figure paychecks knowing I'm stinking out the joint. I just.
Really?
I would get to a point where, okay, I got enough money. I do. I'm safe. And then I would just say, no, I can't do it. I just, I'm awful. I'm done. Or in the case of Trout, I'm hurt. What you tried. I appreciate it. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't.
We're still gonna we're gonna go out there and put the uniform on and play until they tell us we can't. We're gonna tell you when we come back from the break the Black Cloud play of the night. We got the producer's pick though as a little bit of a teaser because yesterday it was the Dodgers. If you got that producer's pick handy, give it to the people real fast. Shohei Ohtani -160 to record a run. Is that what that meant? Is that the play?
I don't like that.
All right.
It's Chris Dale. Interesting. All right, Black Cloud coming up next.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Final segment of hour number 1. You know what time it is. Time for our best play Black Cloud play of the day. Ah, yes. Once again, boy, this is getting old here. Do you ever get tired of winning? Boy, 18-3 as we produced another winner with our Black Cloud last night, Dave, with the Dodgers easily. Laying minus 235, albeit, but still, even if you laid the run and a half first five, you ended up winning because they had a 2-0 lead in the first inning. So, cha-ching, off to another great start. So, 18-3, our last 21 Black Cloud plays. So, right back to the Dodgers today, right? Nah, we're going to be wise about this because they do have Chris Sale on the hill, the Braves. I think the Dodgers are still going to find a way to win, but I'm not ready to double, triple our play, which is what you should do with the Black Cloud. So I'm going to steer clear of Dodgers tonight. We got them in the SGP anyway. So we're going to go to the ice. And we're going to go out in Vegas. Best game on paper tonight. Vegas hosting the Edmonton Oilers. Great matchup, right? So we're going to take Vegas, minus the 160. Little pricey, but there's a reason for that. First off, they're 5-3, their last 8 against Edmonton, including 2-1 this season. Vegas is on a great run, 7-1-2, their last 10 games, including 6 straight wins, so they're rolling. They're nearly unbeatable at home, 27-10, and to be specific, 27-7-3 at home. And then Edmonton still without Connor McDavid. They did get Draisaitl back. In fact, he scored 2 goals the other day. But without McDavid, they're still 12 games under 500, including 2-2 in this recent injury stretch. So, and 3 of these games, 2 was against Seattle, 1 was against Calgary. So it's not like they're playing, the best teams in the NHL like they will be tonight. So, and top it all off, it's kind of a look-ahead spot for Edmonton because they have a big game against L.A. this weekend. When they're battling LA for the number 2 spot there in the Pacific. So, they need every single win. I get that. And you don't generally look past Vegas, but they do have this monster game ahead of them. So add it all up. Give me Vegas at home minus the 160.
I like it. It might be a little bit interesting in that Vegas is coming off a really long road trip. They have won 6 in a row. It's the first game back at home. It's usually a bet against a lot of times in the market. A lot of guys will look to fade that team, especially when the road trip is successful. They come home and have a dud, but they don't have duds at home. I mean, they really are. What is the record at home? You said 27-7-3. Yeah, that's so 3 shootout losses.
Overtime.
Yes, only 7 losses in regulation. So both of these teams like shots on goal. I got Edmonton as the number 1 team in the league with shots on goal, and the Knights number 4. So 8-2 to the over in the last 10 right there for the Oilers. 13-5 in the last 18 games for the Knights. So this one might be, but like Edmonton has been an under team recently. So when I looked at it and saw 6.5, I liked under. I'm with you. Let's go Black Cloud. Normally, like the Black Cloud, you would think you're putting the Black Cloud on something and it loses. Your Black Cloud brings sunshine. This is wonderful. This is like when the wife walks in with a fully prepared meal for you right after the show. This is unbelievable.
That happens a little less than a Black Cloud. I will say that. Once every 4 or 5 years. If that. Yeah. I got a better chance of the wife walking in her birthday outfit than I have of her walking in with a plate full of food. So, she's not showing us her tips. I'll tell you that. That's wife doesn't adhere to that.
Wow. Listen, whatever works. I mean, we got Dan Alexander coming up next segment. Hopefully he's got some tips for us with a couple things with the baseball, maybe. He's a Philly guy, but he's living out in LA, buried in Dodger country. So, he'll have some stuff for us. I can't wait to see him. Wow. I don't really know what to say after that. I was thinking about the, dinner, and you changed everything to the birthday and the this and the that. Now I'm all messed up. I got nothing.
1-0. St. Louis beats Cincinnati loses to the Texas Rangers. They had a runner on the ninth inning.
Man,
I knew that plus 340 was too good to be true. I just knew.
Too good. Yep.
Yeah.
Too good.
We got the home run, so that's going to keep that bet alive. But, man, but I'll tell you what, I'll bet that. I'll take my chances every single time with that one. Newbie, Dan Alexander, coming up next week. Some good for us.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Dave for another hour until 10 p.m. Eastern time. Watching a little baseball, a little NBA, a little NHL. We got the little NCAA NIT semifinals going on. Getting even to Black Cloud and the SGP last hour. I will say, as far as our home run in every single game update, just to kind of keep track of that, we have a home run in every single game tonight except one that's underway. We got 3 more that'll start in a little while. We need to get a home run, Dave, in this Washington Toronto matchup. So it's in the 6th inning. But we did get one out of the 1-0 game. So we got one out of the White Sox.
We may have been asking a little too much to get one there. I don't know. I'm watching it. I got it on a little bit here, and we got guys on base, but we can't get a long ball. But it's all right. We got our own home run hitter coming up right now. That's fine.
There you go. How about that? Nice little segue, I guess. Do you see it here all the time? Although it's been a little while. Usually it's on a Friday giving us some goofy Rutgers and Topeka High parlays and teasers. But Doobie, Dan Alexander joins us now on the grid. What's going on,
But
Dan?
Scott, does it cash? That's what we need to know. Do the lacrosse plays cash? So who cares? Who cares if we're playing Belarus handball, Scotty? If we're giving out winners here on the grid, that's all that matters. Boys, it is great to see you. It's been too long. I'm happy to be back here with you. And usually I end my week with you. So getting to start here, I thought it was an April Fool's joke when I got the text saying, "Newbie, we want you back." But seeing you two lovely looking gentlemen, I see it as no fooling. So happy to be here with you.
I thought the same thing. I'm not going to lie. When he sent me the text and said Newbie's on the list, I'm like,
you got to be messing with me, right?
I thought Newbie did a walk-off. The last time we did get together was right before the Super Bowl, and you told us how the Eagles were going to smoke them. You had them altered. You had them over. You had everything. What's it like walking around out in California as a Super Bowl champ, Noobs? You get all the gear? I mean, I see the Phillies.
I should have worn. I have the championship gear. You knew I went crazy, guys. Got the new license plate. So, that would require Los Angelites to really notice or care about anything, right? They're not noticing that I'm wearing Eagles stuff. I will say the week that we played the Rams and I was wearing my Eagles gear out and about, I got the double birds. Somebody driving down the road. I felt like I was home. I felt like I was in Philadelphia. I was like, honestly fair. So yeah, but it's feeling good. But dude, we've turned the page, Dave. It's all about Diamond now. We got first pitch going on Wager Talk, so I'm hosting that still. So all eyes are towards the Diamond, and of course on the lacrosse field as well.
Yes. There you go. I love that college lacrosse betting if you can find it. So you got an interesting baseball bet that's looking halfway decent. First 10. I've not seen that before, but first to get 10 wins this season, Noobs?
Who is surprised? Raise your hand if you know when I come on. Who's surprised that I'm coming with something completely out of left field that we're like, where can we even bet this? This is on the regulated sports books, though. It is widely available. It gets pulled down whenever the games start for the day. So you have to play it before the first pitch, but it goes up every evening after the games have concluded. And the bet that the price is still there, and I think it'll still be around this price after tonight's games, I'm looking at the San Diego Padres to be the first team to reach 10 wins. Again, this is on the green book. This is on the blue book. So you can find it pretty readily available for you, and I'm sure some other spots as well. But the reason why I like this, guys, is sure, the rightful favorite is the 6-0 Dodgers, right? Sitting at around like minus 185 to be the first to 10 wins. The funny thing is they got a head start on everyone, right? Like they already had a leg up on the competition. So the fact that they're, not a huge gap between them and the Padres in division rival there, that's nipping right at their heels, and you're getting a price at a whopping plus 340. I just thought this was crazy when I was prepping up for the show, so I couldn't have bet it sooner. And for me, it starts with what I think happens tonight, right? You got the Padres there taking on Cleveland, and you got the Dodgers playing against the Bravos, who, as a Phillies fan, I love the start to the year for this Braves team, but I'm not so sure if it's going to continue. Before we talk about that one, let's just swing it to the Padres, because, guys, I want to get your thoughts on tonight's game. Or what, around like minus 170, you're seeing the Padres against Cleveland. That sounds about right to me. I think they get them done. You've seen Cleveland giving up 7 last night. They've allowed 4 or more in all but one of their 4 games this season. So I think this is a really good matchup for them. I like the matchup that they got on the bump as well. And then if they do get this done, boom, we're at 6 wins. So now we're tied with the Dodgers, who, do we really think, and I'll let you hop in here, Scott, do we really think the Braves are going to start 0-7? Like, do we really think the Dodgers are going to sweep this series? Because I think if they're not going to, they have Snell on the bump tomorrow. You're looking at them around minus 220. I think tonight is maybe where Chris Sale has a little bit better of an outing than he did, and they can kind of right the ship there. I would be pretty surprised if you see the Braves start with another series sweep and start over. I don't know how you see this game shaking out tonight, but I think this is the one that they could possibly get back.
Right. I mean, I do like the Dodgers, but I will tell you the line, it's just because the Dodgers are winning. It's not who they're facing or anything along.
Line's crazy, right?
26. Yeah, it's all the way down. It's almost down to pick them, for goodness sakes. I mean, there's a lot of money on the Braves coming in because you said it. They don't win tonight. You're looking at an 0-7 start.
They're in trouble.
So, yeah, I mean, they're in serious trouble. I will say the guy you got pitching tonight is the guy that gave up 3 runs to the Braves, who have scored 1 run in their last 3 games. So Michael King's got to perform a little bit better tonight. So, but it's not a bad bet at those odds, right?
Yes, yeah. So here's how I see it shaking out, because I do think, and hey,
we lost him.
All right.
The other thing I will say also, we'll try to get him back, is, Dave, you got to be careful with like FanDuel dead heat rules. I don't make any bet on FanDuel because their dead heat rules to me suck. So he can have the Padres and Dodgers, or pick any other team, both get their 10th win. And if you bet, let's just say $100, you lost 50 of that. and they're only going to pay you off on the other 50. Now that you would still win at plus 3-1 odds, but you could have 3 teams. You could have 4 teams all get their 10th win. And they count that. I think books should count that as a push, divided amongst how many teams get their 10th win on which day. And then if it's 4, we'll say 3/4 of your bet is a push and you get paid off on 1/4. But a lot of books use dead heat rules in which 3/4 of your bet is a loss, which makes no sense to me. And then they only pay you off on 1/4 of your bet. So.
I didn't know what dead heat rules were until sports went legal in different places. We never used them in Vegas. There's a couple books using them. Newbies back.
Dude, I'll tell you, it's these LA fans out here, man. They hear me bad mouthing their Dodgers, saying that the Dodgers are going to lose tonight, and all of a sudden the internet wants to crap out on me. This is ridiculous. This is deep state stuff. But guys, the way that I'll break it down here quick, in case they cut me off, or it might cut my internet off here again, is I don't think the Braves start 0-7. So to circle back, I think the market is kind of agreeing with me here that I think this is maybe that get right spot for the Braves. And yes, the last outing wasn't great, but how often are you going to see 2 awful outings from the starting pitcher that you're going to see going here tonight? So for me, this also equates to the fact that after the Dodgers are done with this series, let's even say they get it done, and then they go, they're at 8 wins here. They go to Philly next, right?
Yeah.
So the next series coming up here for them, do they get 2 off of Philly on the first weekend set in Philly that's going to have sellout crowds? I'm not so sure that that's not where the Dodgers maybe fall down. Now, I wish Wheeler wasn't going tomorrow and they were going to have him, but Padres get to face the Cubs, then the A's. The thing is, the schedule just shapes up way more to be looking towards the Padres for a plus 3-4.
There you go. Newbie, great job, man. We'll do it again soon. Back after this.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, little surprise bonus here. We newbie back for a quick little moment here, Dave.
We had to bring him back because he's going to give us a lacrosse stuff every time he's on. It's lacrosse season. Newbie's a lacrosse coach. He's a lacrosse guy. Newbie, you got about 30 to 60 seconds. Hit the people with something that they can use for the lax.
When they try and shut me down, we bring me back, right, Dave? So a little bonus action for you. This, again, widely available. Lafayette Leopards, money line, going against the Navy midshipmen. I know you don't care why we're betting this, but I'll tell you that it's been an absolute dream run for Lafayette. They usually get destroyed in Patriot League play. Some way, somehow, they are playing out of their mind this year. They're riding a 4-game winning streak. 3 of those straight have come in Patriot League play. They're going to be facing off against the Navy team who just absolutely collapsed against Colgate. No, not the toothpaste, the lacrosse team. Guys, Lafayette's getting this win. It's crazy that we're getting plus money on this. Lafayette money line this Friday evening, Patriot League lacrosse action. I know everyone needed that one, Scotty.
Right.
Absolutely. The home of Larry Holmes, Easton, Pennsylvania.
Well done.
Yeah, Lehigh in one.
Scott's always ready.
Lafayette
Scott's
on the
always
other
ready.
side. You know it. Here you go. All right, Dan. Good job.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
For you. No problem.
Yeah.
Lafayette. Good job. Good luck trying to find betting on across college. But if it's there you go.
Hey,
I used to live there, Lafayette.
There. Books are putting it up. Books should be putting up as much as they can right now. I mean, there's situations like this Crown thing where they put it up and it's not a regulated market in certain markets. Should be putting up a lacrosse. There's guys like Newbie, though, that watch the lacrosse, follow it, coach it. The lines are it's uncanny how, like, we're building our team for when we run the S&W book or whatever.
Right.
Newbie's the lacrosse guy. 100% we're giving him the lines. We're just telling him put them up. I hope you learn how to book it and stuff. We'll be good. It'll be perfect. So
I got a guy in the podcast that bets that stuff. And he tells me every single, once they get to the postseason, especially, bet the unders. Because there's a lot of mismatches in lacrosse. Right. So a lot of these good teams, they'll put 20, 25 goals on the board. So that'll be their average. But when you play another good team, you're not scoring nearly as much. So the games are way lower in the postseason, but the books base it on how many goals you average in the regular season. So it's a nice little strategy. If you could find a book, I don't know if FanDuel has it or not. They don't have anything listed right now.
I don't have FanDuel out here, but I have Caesars. They have it. I have the Boyd property that uses the FanDuel lines. Has it. Like, they're putting up everything. Okay. So it'll probably be available in places that you didn't think. Look around. You can't. I mean, you can. What we used to say, where Dane used to say, you're teaching a man how to fish rather than fish, or whatever that saying is. Find the lines you're on your own. Like, I can't tell you.
Or teach them how to fish.
Right. Yeah. We're not feeding you to fish. We're teaching you how to fish so you can go do it yourself. Go find those lines. That's great. Listen, we're trying to bring you guys stuff, different things every day, different, graphics, different packages, plays, different things. If you like the show, hit us up on the Twitter at SportsBKConsig for me, at Opposite Picks for Wetzel. Tag SportsGrid. You like the guests like Dan Alexander, they're available on my Twitter too. Let them know because, we're trying to grow the show and we want people to participate. We got Lorne watching the show, and he says he loves the show. He watches the show every day, not just for the baseball plays, but he's a baseball guy. He's a Yankee guy too. Stankies, they're winning. The Brewers are winning. We still don't have a home run in that Washington game. I don't know what to do. We're not going to get one.
Yeah.
It's not going to get. It's just not going to get there.
No. Seventh inning. The only good news is it's tied 3-3. So we're looking at extra innings. Someone's got to score. So
that's
got
good.
Just a little, on our side. NBA tonight, I will say, we were looking at that Memphis game, right? And people were betting it. You're right. I mean, that thing opened up at 5.5. I saw it as low as 3.5. I think you said 3 in some circles. Golden State's lead Memphis 74-66. Now it's early enough. Believe it or not, it's halftime. 74-66. Right? Don't get me started. Over under 261.5.
Hello.
But the Warriors are leading by 8. It's amazing.
Welcome
Steph
to the end
Curry,
of the season in the NBA. How much Steph have?
Yeah. I'm guessing about 30. Let me see.
Okay.
32 at the half.
All
Holy
right, good. Wonder what his in-game number is. We'll have to check that. The
49
Bruins
and a half.
tied. Okay. I was going to say, does he score 50 is the number? Just
Yeah.
in my head, I was like, that's the bet. Will he score 50? I think I would bet over right now if I had to say yes or no. Capitals in-game tied 2-2, 11 minutes to go against your Bruins. It's only minus 150. I think that's a play. We don't normally just, fire those things out, but Vinny will keep an eye on that one along with whether Ovechkin scores or not. Goals are plentiful in did you see the Columbus score?
Ooh.
It's 8-4.
Yeah.
That was one of the trends at the beginning that you definitely you said it, but you didn't sell it. You didn't like it. You were like, I don't know. 8-4 in-game number for hockey might be the highest I've seen this season, 13.5.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
You probably will get 2 more goals, right? I mean,
I don't know.
Down 8-4, though, they're not going to pull the goalie, I wouldn't think. But it's Nashville. It just never clicked. Just never clicked for them. It's amazing. All the moves they made look pretty good.
Earlier this week, or over the weekend, whatever it was. 13.5 is under minus 215. I know you don't like laying the juice, but I think that's a good bet. They're not getting 2 more goals. They might get 1, but not 2.
How about you could bet Ovechkin to get another goal 5-1? It's not going to be an empty netter, but this is when I like betting him. You get now you're getting good odds versus the minus 120 at the beginning of the game. I know you got less game, obviously, but I do like that. We'll come back to a little more hockey. In-game live game day here on the Grid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care if people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, good news, and well, not great news, but just good news. So sometimes you got to take this stuff in stride. Wetzel and Sharapan here. Washington scored, Dave. That's the semi good news. Now it wasn't Ovechkin, but I can almost guarantee you it's frozen now because they just scored. There's 8.5 minutes left. He was 5-1 to score again. I guarantee you that will not be 5-1 because now you got the empty net situation, and they're going out of their way to get this guy some goals. So obviously you wanted to have Gretzky score, but the fact that Washington scored, you got 8.5 minutes left. He's going to be on the ice. The Bruins are going to be pulling the goalie. You're sitting on a hot 5-1 ticket. You are. Like I said, I'll let you know when they come up with some numbers for him to score a second goal. But that's why you got to look ahead. Getting great odds at 5-1 in itself is pretty good. And now they got the lead. Not bad. I'll take it.
I mean, right before the break, I said bet the Capitals when it was tied. It was minus 150.
Yes.
It's minus 1,800 now. Like
That's
the book
crazy.
has decided that they just went from minus 150 to 18-1. There's still 8 minutes left. Vinny, can you give the people the goal horn a little bit, like just to see if it works? There we go. All right, people like the goal horn, so keep that on button ready in case Ovechkin scores, because we're gonna blast that for the people if he does get a goal. That's a good.
Who's the good play tonight? Unfortunately, some of these games are underway. Before we come on the air, so you can't give it out. Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
they were laying only like a minus 150, 160, maybe even 170. They were good, Dave, because as you know, they lost to Montreal Sunday or Saturday, one of the 2 days. Sunday, I think it was, at home. Now they're fighting for Toronto and Tampa Bay for the number one spot in the Atlantic. So it's a big game for them. They're not losing back-to-back games against Montreal, especially losing at home. So they're only up 2-1. I will say that 7 minutes left to go in the third period. You can't bet them straight. It's minus 12-1, just like Washington. But if you want to lay a puck and a half at plus 104, they get the empty netter, maybe one more goal. But I did like them tonight a lot.
There's another game that we have to discuss, West Coast hockey. Winnipeg and the Kings is one, but who's talking about San Jose Sharks and the Anaheim Ducks? We'll have Cam Stewart on later. He loves to go dumpster diving. This is a dumpster dive type of game. But, the Ducks have a winning record, and the Sharks are playing competitive hockey, not always getting it done. But did you have anything in that game? We got trends and stuff for all these games. We got positions. This is one, I think, a real gambler / only a fan of the team may actually look at betting.
Yeah. I will say that line's up to minus 205 on FanDuel. Crazy. It was crazy to start at minus 180 or so in change. Now it's at the minus 205.
Yeah.
I know San Jose stinks, but I'll tell you that, if you bet San Jose plus a goal and a half every single game, assuming they were underdogs nearly every single game, right? They have 22 one-goal losses out of their 52 wins. So if you add that onto their 20 wins, the goal and a half bet, you'd be 42-31 with San Jose.
Right. Wow.
So
that's not bad.
You want to give me a goal and a half against Anaheim, at basically even odds, that's where I would go with that game. I can't lay 2 and change. I can't lay the Ducks laying a goal and a half. Take a little flyer, maybe. But even I will say this year, Dave, I've noticed getting a goal and a half with these games, man, even San Jose is minus 150. They're a 2-1 underdog. I'm getting a goal and a half, and I got to lay $1.50.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. Well,
so
I was hoping we had the preview for the game up there, Sharks and Ducks. We'll have Cam on. I'm sure he's on that. I would bet right now that Cam is going to be on the Sharks plus a goal and a half, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he'll be on it. Game's probably going over. What's the total right now in that game? Let's see.
6.5.
Total.
How about that?
Yeah, it is 6.5. There it is. Man, thank you, boys. Good work, Vincenzo. Paying attention. I love it. I can't
You don't
believe
see too many 6.5s.
No, not tonight. Not tonight. No.
Yeah. How about those two teams?
Winnipeg
Score's
and the
been
Kings
up, though.
goes 5.5. That one's 5.5. A very different game. Same state, but a very, very different game.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk some more hockey, take a peek at the NBA, NIT action as well. Another over. Vince.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
But I give them credit for right now, Scott. I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave checking out a little NHL. We'll hit the NBA board and the NIT board as one of the two games. Ooh, we got a goal. I always play this little game, Dave. I see a score. Now that's the Ovechkin. Now there may have been a little slip, but that's supposed to be the Ovechkin.
No, that was great.
Oh,
I saw it. I saw it. They haven't said. No, it's 4-2. It's 4-2.
4-2. I know it's 4-2 Washington. So we got to figure out who scored. Buffalo scored. So the over 6.5 Buffalo Ottawa hits. I had that with the boys on the podcast. So that's a nice little winner. We're waiting in anticipation. And we got runners on second and third with Washington and Toronto. I need a home run, though, with that one. Come on, boys, throw it up there. The four-letter network's been a little slow with their details tonight.
Well, wait a second. Boston just scored. So, Vinny, give it to him again. Vinny, give it to him again. Oh, yeah. So now I have 4-3. They couldn't even get the line back up.
Yeah.
Adjusted. Right. It was so fast. So it must have been right after the goal. Even strength, it says Pasternak scored that goal. I still haven't got confirmation. Oh, it was Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson got the fourth goal for the Capitals.
Fudge. All right, well, we're still in the empty net situation.
We are. This is good.
Let me put that game on.
Less than 5 minutes to go in that one. It's still 8-4. Nashville leads Columbus or trails Columbus. 5 minutes to go, so that under 13.5. Looking pretty solid because I don't think there's going to be an empty net situation there. You got your Buffalo Sabres 5-2. Got that goal to go over the total there against Ottawa. Bad loss for Ottawa. They needed that one. The Lightning beating the Islanders. It's 3-1, third period underway, 2 minutes into that. No score in St. Louis with the Red Wings. 2 minutes left in that game in the second period. Wow. And no score with Calgary and Utah in the first period there. So, yeah, good stuff, man. Good night of hockey. I gotta be honest, the NBA didn't really I didn't get too excited about the card. There's a lot of nights where you get like kind of indifferent, and then with the baseball distraction, was there something NBA wise that you kind of like said, you know what, we'll address this on the show, or is there anything going on in game that you want to address right now?
Memphis, and I will say Memphis, Golden State, Grizz have come back. They were down double digits. They've tied it at 80. It's early third quarter, so this game is a long ways from over, but keeping an eye on that. Played Milwaukee tonight, laying 5.5 against Phoenix. The Suns are done. They're down 10, so they may still cover. 7.5 minutes left. Laying 9.5. Played a little on the Knicks tonight. They were laying a big number, 14-15 against Philadelphia. The 76ers are just like these numbers are tough to bet, but sometimes you just got to do it, right? So the Knicks are up 21 against Philadelphia fourth quarter, midway through. So they're laying 20 on that one. That's really it. It was a bad card. The NBA it's the antithesis of hockey. Hockey, all these games down the stretch are great. These teams are all vying for playoff spots and seedings, and it matters. And you got to be number 1 or 2 versus 3 or 4. Whereas the NBA, it's, there's a handful of teams that are maybe playing for something. It's more the fans just curious. Will the Lakers be a 2 seed or a 5 seed? Will the Clippers be a 3 seed or a 6 seed? But is there real interest in some of these like Orlando, San Antonio, Chicago, Toronto, even Portland, Atlanta? Who cares?
Wow.
So
doing work here with producer Matty G just alerted me that Steph Curry is 10 of 13 from 3-point range tonight.
Wow.
Klay Thompson's 14 is the record, so he might have a shot at that. We'll keep an eye on that. That's good to know. Thank you, Matty G, for that. While we were talking about all the hockey and talking about a little NBA right there, the Diamondbacks got 5 runs in the 8th. They now lead the Stankies 7-4.
Nice.
Yeah, Eugenio Suarez with his 5th homer of the season. Is that right? Can't be his 5th homer of the season.
5 already?
Is that what
wow.
is that? Yeah. Scorching start the season. Yes. That is unbelievable. Wow. So he's homered in each of Arizona's first 3 games of the campaign. And that was just, wow, that's another home run. So 7-4 Diamondbacks, in-game number for that. You could take the Yankees plus 2.5, plus 140 if you think they score either now in the 8th or in the 9th and hold the Diamondbacks from scoring another run. Take plus 2.5, plus 140. Not a bad bet.
That's not bad. Our Dodgers anti-White Sox parlay is back alive. Twinkies now lead the White Sox 5-3.
Oh my!
At the bottom of the 7th. 9-1 favorites now. Yeah,
Twins need a win. That's
Twins, Braves. Who else is winless in baseball? Like they have to win sooner or later, right?
The Brewers. Yeah.
The Brewers. Right, I knew there was one more. Yeah.
Brewers are up 4-0 on the Royals, so you get a good effort tonight in Milwaukee. Let's see, only 3 hits for Kansas City. Yeah.
Milwaukee, Minnesota, Braves parlay tonight. That would have been interesting.
Well, let me see. I mean, because Milwaukee closed the favorite, and I think Minnesota closed the favorite.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So,
Minnesota definitely did.
Minnesota did. So let's see what that was. Minus 150, and Milwaukee closed around minus Milwaukee minus 120, say, and then a plus money on a Braves. So that would have paid, a regular 3-team parlay pays 6.5 to 1. You get 2 small minuses and 1 small plus. So they almost cancel each other out. It's probably about a 6 to 1 payout. Not bad.
That's not bad. You know, it's funny how things go, right? It just we gave you the stats, Dave, about these non-NCAA tournament games all going over, right? It was like 24-6, something really just goofy like that, legitimately, right? So I said, all right, told the boys on the podcast, you know what? Let's play them. So the next game, we decided to play them after going 24-6. It went 1-3. All right, little flub up, but okay, we'll play them again. Next day, it goes 1-2. It's like, all right, forget it. You know, it's going to even the score, so let's drop that. We tried, we failed. Didn't play it yesterday. All 4 games, they all go over. I mean, the 2 days out of 14 or so that we've had these dopey games that we decide to play them, it goes under, and then it goes right back. As soon as we stop, it goes right back to all overs. 4-0 over last night. And it's 1-0 over tonight. With the first NIT game went over with the North Texas and UC Irvine.
It's one of those ones that when you have something and you got to just keep going with it.
Yeah, you got to be.
You know, like you see it even in the casino and the gambling. I mean, you know, there's guys that just keep hitting that button on a machine. They'll just they'll keep going because they know it's going to hit, or you know, another spin of a roulette wheel, and they're going to stay with it and go with it. And you know, I mean, the sports is hard because you watch the games and you're invested, and you're like, you know what, I'm not doing it again, and then that's when it happens. So. That's a black cloud play. That's
that really is.
Black cloud. Yeah, that's when
you make that stuff up, and that happens to everybody, right? There's not a gambler out there that says I'm not going to bet on the Dodgers. They won 12 in a row, and I'm going to bet them, and you watch they're going to lose, Scott. You know, and a lot of times it does happen, but there isn't a gambler out there that doesn't have that same kind of thinking, and it does come up sometimes. It really does, like this. It's just funny. So
speaking of gamblers, we got Cam Stewart coming up. We gotta mention because you know I'll be interested to see what he has to say about that Ducks and Sharks game. We'll have a little more hockey. Maybe we'll have some late baseball from Cam, West Coast stuff. I hope he's watching the Blue Jays too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Cam Stewart coming up next here on the Grid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care if people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, you know, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I can't believe this. I cannot believe this.
The Montreal goal, or is it a baseball run? Oh, betting
Montreal
against the Canadiens?
scores late to tie it, and they win in overtime. They score with 9 seconds left in regulation, and then they score 29 seconds in, and they beat Florida back-to-back games. Cam Stewart.
I never knew you were a fan of Stanley Steve Panther there, Wetzel. What's going on here?
Was tonight.
Nick Suzuki scores both.
Nick Suzuki's good. The Montreal Canadiens, you can say what you want about these guys, but they're playing, like, they're grinding hard. Like, they are playing great hockey. They're trying. They're, that's a crazy race we got going in East. What's up with Buffalo and Ottawa? Did Ottawa piss at that game away? Like, you're playing Buffalo.
No, they won 5-2.
Ottawa came back?
Won.
No,
Buffalo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ottawa is a minus 180 favorite. You're at home against Buffalo, and you can't take care of business when Montreal beats a team like the Florida Panthers. So, you know what, Ottawa, you're flaky. And I got to give the Montreal Canadiens, as a Leaf fan, I'll give them credit. They've been playing good. Guys, baseball, looks like the Blue Jays just won. Well, is it going to be my day today? Who knows? Who knows? Chattanooga. Can I interest you in 2.5 mocks? Some mocks?
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Big trend play for us. 11-1 as underdogs.
Really? I'm on these guys. I know. So sorry, Sister Jean and Loyola Chicago. I'm on Chattanooga. That's my women's team from the start of the tournament. It's my team. Go Mocs. Other game, Dave, you don't see me do this often. I like USC tonight. I think that line's a little bit rich for a reason. It feels like they're trying to get Tulane money there. You know me, I don't like laying 7.5, but Trojans for me, please. 7.5. Let's do it. And what else do we got going on? Hockey. Anaheim in regulation over SJ Sharkey. Under Kings Jets. 5.5. Get it. And hopefully there, even if there's an early goal, smash it again if it's 6.5. Leaning Jets. And I will take right now, what do we have live for all our friends out there?
Well, what about Edmonton and the
I like Vegas tonight. Dave. You don't hear me? I'm kind of chalky Cam tonight, which is very weird for me, other than Montreal. Sorry, Wetzel. I was on Montreal, and I really needed that. I apologize. I like to win as a team, but
that's a good pick.
I don't like it. Wasn't really a good
on Sunday? You thought they were going to beat them back-to-back? That's nice picking.
I'm going to tell you something, though. There's a big controversy with that game, and Gabe and I talked about it on the show, like all the high sticks that the Panthers did. The people were putting reels together going like, what's this league doing? Like, it was they were kind of exposed, and I guess they're not calling as much stuff, and a lot of people were like, what are you doing like to the Canadians? Like, they had so many bad things go against them, and they still won that game and at home. One thing I can say, Scott, is even as a Leafs guy, Montreal fans are the best. Like, they do celebrations the best. Like, they'll turn on the team. But when they're, like, playing like this with the young team, like, you know what it is, Dave? It's passion. Like the French Canadians. Like, you know what I mean? When they're doing well, they will none of these guys are paying for a drink or a meal in the city. When they're doing bad, they'll just tell you to F. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're passionate. And they're at home against the Stanley Cup champions. They wanted this one bad. Big win for them.
Do you think they're Cam, do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
I do.
I
think the Rangers. I think the Rangers are the team that's going to be out. The way they've been playing. I don't know how Scott feels about this, but Montreal's really, like, at the start, they were kind of like, let's build for next year. We got some young players and a couple of good guys, but now it's like, we're here. Ottawa's not doing themselves any favors. Rangers aren't playing great hockey. It's a real battle. So, and in baseball, guys, I got to be honest. We're very transparent here on the network. My Cubs' first two in the Orient didn't work out very well. That was a real lost units play. I'm on Atlanta tonight. This is the first time I bet against the Dodgers since that Cubs series. I'm taking Chris Sale and the Braves tonight. Probably a dangerous move, but I'm in. There we go.
Everybody is. That line.
Oh, no, everybody is. Oh, no.
No, it's down to minus 126.
Yeah, I know.
It's not quite pick 'em, but minus 1. I don't think the Dodgers will be minus 126 favorites at home again this season. It's amazing.
No, you're right. And what do you think about the Cubs as a short price against the A's with Steele going? You like that game? Dave, what do you like?
He's so up and down. I played him a lot.
I don't know. I like the over if I got to pick a total in that. I'm leaning A's because of Severino, and Steele's going to give up a home run. He's giving up home runs every time. The A's have homered in every game they've played, so that's why I'm leaning over there. we're going to show you the Black Cloud play of the night. Vinny, if you've got that handy, just pop that in because I want to make sure because it's been hot.
Ooh.
So there you go. Now, would you prefer that, Cam, or them in regulation when you're looking at that game tonight?
I don't mind laying juice. Like, that's about the threshold right there, Dave.
Right.
60 cents is a lot. Like, usually for me, it's like I prefer like 40 and under, but I'll do it because I don't want to screw around. It's going to be a tight game. I just think Vegas is better. Edmonton is a little banged up. I just think it's one of those games, Vegas at home, tough place to play. I'll take the Knights tonight. I just, the Winnipeg.
Does the first game back off a successful road trip? I mean, they've won 6 in a row, and they were all over the East Coast, Midwest, and this first game back. Does that come into your handicap? Because, I mean, we've talked about that in the past, me, you, and Gabe, and that's a hockey guy's kind of handicap sometimes is to fade that team after a good road trip. No fear of a dud tonight?
I like game 2. I think you run on adrenaline game 1. You get back, hey, honey, we got problems. What?
Right.
We just won like every game on the road. Well, let's talk. We got to pay the gardener. This is happening. I went out and spent a little bit of money. Can we knock down that visa, the gold card? A lot of things. You're back home. Kids, where's the babysitter? Yeah. But I'm thinking like first game, you can go on fumes. I find it's the second game. Me and Brian Blessing, when we were betting hockey shows, we used to talk about that, like that bump when you come back. It used to be that way, but I think more along the lines of the second game. So that's the way I look at it. It's going to be a great game tonight. We have excellent action. That Winnipeg Los Angeles game is going to be fantastic. 2 teams playing great hockey right now. I know that total's low, but I think it's going to be under 5.5. And I lean Jets. They just keep on trucking this team.
Got to have a play on Anaheim, San Jose, right?
Yes, I do. I'm taking Anaheim in regulation, and it's my parlay piece with the USC Trojans to plus money. Money line parlay. Wow. Anaheim, USC. Yeah, I know. I told you, Scott, I'm Chalk City tonight. Wow. Who am I, George Kurtz? No, I'm Cam Stewart, Captain Chalk.
Right.
Me and George have switched bodies. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But if these favorites lose, I'm never betting them again. I like favorites tonight.
Oh, amazing. Cam Stewart, Gabe, top of the hour.
Later.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care if people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave wrapping up shop. Thanks again to Cam Stewart. He takes over along with Gabe Morency for the next two here on SportsGrid Radio and SportsGrid.tv. So a couple of scores here. It's just the fickle fate of gambling. This is why you don't bet NBA. Knicks beat the 76ers, Dave, right? They were leading by 20 the whole freaking game. Not 30 or 40, I will say that, but 20, 21, 19, 20. The whole game, point spread was 21. Basically throughout the contest, right? They win 105 to 91.
105,
14.
91, that's 14. Yeah. What were you laying?
Point spread, I was laying 14 and a half.
Oh, the hook got you?
It was 14. It was 14, 14 and a half, depending on where and when you did your shopping.
Yeah.
The hook got me.
Yeah. The hook got you. Well,
it's just one of those nights for me tonight. Just one of these nights where, I got Florida. I'm leading with 9 freaking seconds left, and they lose. And then they don't even win in overtime. I got every team to hit a home run except one stinking team. I got every team to score a run except one stinking team. It's just what I'm laying 14 and a half. They're up 21. I mean, they're up 21 with like 3 minutes left, for goodness.
Yeah. Well,
it's tough. It's tough to lay those big odds in the NBA.
Just take a deep breath. That's how the books, make a lot of money with the hook and different things like that. And the dogs that don't look like they're going to get there and then get there, like the Canadians. It's a big win for them. Speaking of which, a quick update here. Stephen Curry, 45 points. He's 11 of 15 from 3. His over-under is now 54.5. So keep an eye on that as we close out the show and hand it off to Gabe and Cam.
How's he not going to get that?
I don't know.
They're in a tie game. It's not like they're up 15, right?
Got a good basketball game going on.
9 more points?
103, end of the third. I mean, how does he not get that? You're right. Yeah. How does he not get that? I don't know. Maybe he starts missing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Quick
Dodgers
rundown. Twins lead the White Sox 5-3. The Brewers are still leading 4-0. We're 3-3 in St. Louis with the Angels. Giants are up 3-1 against the Astros. West Coast baseball. Give me the parlay. We got the Padres going to win.
Runs. I bet the Grand Salami. It's not happening tonight. I figured we got 5,000 runs except for tonight. I still think the Dodgers. You want to give it the Dodgers minus 126. There's certain plays that if you lose, you just say, okay, you know what, I accept it. That's how it is with the Dodgers for me. I know they're begging to take LA. I get it, but this Braves team, they got 1 run in 3 games. One run in 3 games. I mean, they're going to turn it around. I get that, but let me see it first. I'll take LA, and I would put them in a parlay with the over A's Cubs. 18 runs last night. Maybe it's the ballpark. Zeno brought up a good point. I didn't really think about that. These minor league ballparks, the stadiums are not triple deck. So the wind does play a factor, whereas triple deck, the wind is kind of blocked. So maybe the wind's going to be blowing out. Maybe that, that helps. But give me the Dodgers and the over 8 Cubs.
We'll have to check the wind, but I like that A's and Cubs game over as well, only because the A's have hit a home run in every single game they've played this season. Severino pitch. I think he'll pitch well. I'm leaning A's, on the side after, one of those. Is there a Wetzel system for getting embarrassed and having 18 runs scored on you the night before? Could you come back and win that game, the next game?
Yeah, unless you're Oakland. There is a system where
they're not Oakland anymore. They're Sacramento.
Yeah. They're Las Vegas. I don't know what they are. They're the A's, but the B's and C's right now. I would grab a little flyer on. You're getting an extra 2 runs. It is 2-0 bottom of the first, but you got Seattle, Detroit over under is 8.5. Seattle's got a couple of runners on, 1 out, bottom of the first, but that was 6.5. 6.5.
Don't let the Tigers get hot, baby. Don't let that Tigers get hot. They started off against the Dodgers, now they're getting fixed going up to Seattle. Hockey, Knights are winning in Vegas tonight. I can't stop thinking about the birthday mention today with the wife. You got me. I can't stop thinking. What are you having for dinner after the show?
I got some leftover ribs I made over the weekend. They really came out great on Monday. Just put them in the oven, 275. Let them sit there for 4.5 hours, just simmering. Yeah. So unless someone snuffed them down while I was doing the show, which I'm not going to be happy about.
The way your night's going, it might have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, great job, man. We'll do it again tomorrow night.
Good job, boys.
Family game coming up.